different concentration units, related questions, related in-text question, as well as we already studied Henry's law. Now, next is solubility of liquid in liquid. That also we already studied, or the solubility of gas in liquid. This we studied, and with the help of Henry's law, solubility of gas in liquid. This already we had studied. Now, here next is coming, student, vapor. Now here we are studying vapor pressure of liquid in solution. Till now, actually what we studied, that vapor pressure, it means suppose a liquid is taken in a container. At that time, when we start heating this liquid, so what will happen? Vapors are formed. Suppose if it is a pure liquid, okay? So vapors form, and in this condition, now if whatever the externally applied pressure or external pressure, right? What we can say, when the liquid is boiled, when the external pressure is equal to this pressure of the applied, this pressure of the liquid, then we can say the liquid is start boiling. Now in vaporization place, so this when vaporization, suppose if it is a pure solvent, okay? In case of pure solvent, here what we'll see, in case of pure solvent, so when we start, so a definite quantity of pressure is there. Now here, so what is the effect of this vapor pressure on liquid, or what is the effect of concentration when we start the when vaporization of liquid is started? This we are studying here. Okay, and this here we will study with the help of Raoult's law. Here one law is given, and this law is known as Raoult's law. Now this Raoult's law, it is applicable for, generally this first we will study this, whatever I have written here, this is for if volatile liquid, okay? In second part we will take for non-volatile liquid also, okay? So here first we will study this Raoult's law for volatile liquid, okay? For volatile, okay? When if I am taking here both the components are volatile, it means in the solution, okay? In the solution, solute is there as well as solvent is there. So component 1 and component 2, and this solution is what we call, it is binary solution, okay? It means one component, two components are there, therefore it is known as binary solution. So this we are studying for volatile solution. It means in this volatile solution, my solute is also volatile as well as my solvent is also volatile, okay? It means my component 1 is volatile as well as my component 2 is also volatile. Now here we will start Raoult's law. If partial pressure, suppose I am taking component 1 solute, 1 component 2. For component 1, if partial pressure is P1, P1 is the partial pressure of component 1. In the same way, P2 is the partial pressure of component 2. Okay. Now, X1 is the mole fraction of component 1. X2 is the mole fraction of component 2. Now, according to Raoult's law for volatile liquid, partial pressure of solute, here solute and solvent, one is solute, one is solvent. So partial pressure is here, if of solute it is directly proportional to mole fraction of component in the solution, and when it is in vapor phase. In the same way, partial pressure of this component 2, P2, is directly proportional to mole fraction of component 2. Okay, in the solution in vapor phase. Okay, now here P1 is proportional to X1, so I can write here P1 is equal to P10 X. This P10 is the vapor pressure of pure solvent. Proportionality constant here I am using. Now in the same way, P2 is equal to P20 X. This P2 is the vapor pressure of here component 2. So this is only Raoult's law. So here and when we are writing, so P1 and P2, this already explained here how this P10, P20 is obtained. Now if I will write what is the total pressure of the solution, this we are having 1, okay, then this we are having 2. Now this is for component 1, this is for component 2. Now we want to calculate total pressure. So this total pressure, just putting the value here, it means for total pressure what I will write, P is equal to P1 plus P2. This I will write. So this P is equal to P1 plus P2. Instead of P1, here I will write P10 x1 plus P20 x2. Okay. Now here I can write 1 minus x1 P10 I can take here. In the same way 1 minus x2 P20. This easily you can solve. Okay. Now after this, if we will take this P10 here, then at last here after the calculation of all this, here we are getting capital P. It means total pressure is equal to P10. This P10 is the vapor pressure of pure solvent. And pure solvent P10, this is pure solvent V1, component 1. Okay, so here and P10 is equal to P20 minus P10 is equal to X2. Here, so in this way, P10, P20, X2. So here with total pressure of the solution easily we can calculate with the help of this. Okay. Now here student, so what is the same statement, easily statement we can write with the help of Raoult's law. Understand? Okay. Okay students, so here as we got P total pressure, okay, P01 x1 plus P02 x2. After calculating this, we got here P total pressure. So this is the total pressure. So this we can write P10. Here it is the P10 is our vapor pressure of pure solvent. Okay. So P10 in bracket into P20 minus P10 into x2. This x2 is our mole fraction of component 2. So here this Raoult's law completed. Okay student. Now here one graph, easily I think you are able to see here this graph. This graph actually, this is taken for ideal solution. Okay. Now before going towards the graph, one thing here, with the help of this, what we got or what is the conclusion is coming. It means total vapor pressure over the solution. This we can calculate here. So this total vapor pressure over the solution, I think student I have to rub this now. So this total pressure over the solution can be related with the first point. Here I will write mole fraction of any one component. Mole fraction of any one component. Okay. It means this conclusion we got with the help of this. Then second point, what we got here, it is varies linearly, either in this way or in this way. So this varies linearly with the vapor pressure of the solution. This linearly with respect to mole fraction. It means mole fraction. It means what is this? concentration of component 1 and component 2. And the third point, this is our mole fraction. Student, it is given in your textbook. Okay, don't worry. Now the third one, vapor pressure of pure component. Here, vapor pressure of pure component. Here, pure component increases or decreases. Increases or decreases. Here, increases or decreases with increase in concentration of concentration. It means I can say here it is mole fraction of component. Okay, so these three conclusion here we got with the help of this equation. First one, mole fraction of any component. Here, this mole fraction of any component. Here, this is related with the vapor pressure, or vapor pressure of is related with the mole fraction of any component. And second point, here it varies linearly. In this way already with the graph we can explain mole fraction of component. And the third point, vapor pressure of pure component increases or decreases with increase in concentration of it means mole fraction of the component. Okay, so these 3 points we can explain with the help of Raoult's law. Now student, coming towards the graph, it is very easy. Here suppose this graph is explained for this IO, or this is given for ideal solution. If we can, because this is the one limitation of this law, it is applicable for ideal solution. Okay, so in case of ideal solution, here we will take at 1.12. Here I can write x1. When x1, it means mole fraction of component 1 is equal to 1. Mole fraction of component 2, here it is 0. Now this side, mole fraction of component 1, 0. Mole fraction of component 1 is 0 and mole fraction of component 2 is 1. Now here P1 0. This P1 0 is our vapor pressure of component 1. P2 0, vapor pressure of component 2. In this way, here this graph is here. Okay, so vapor pressure increases P1 towards P2. Okay, this shows. Now if we will check here with the concentration graph, vapor pressure versus mole fraction. Here it is taken. It means here is our X. Here is our P, vapor pressure. Okay, so this graph is obtained. This shows for P2 and this shows for P1. So this is the meaning of our second word. It is linearly, mole fraction, it is linearly related. Okay, understood? Now it is increase or decrease, this also, this third line. Okay, so here Raoult's law completed. So after this we have studied when both the components are volatile component. It means solute also, solvent also, volatile in nature. Now student, one more thing is possible. If one component is non-volatile, in this case, what will happen? One component is non-volatile, for example here. So in that case, one component is non-volatile and another one is volatile. So it means only P1 we are having. So P1 is directly proportional to X1. Then again P10 is directly proportional to X1. So here according to Raoult's law, as we got here that P1 here, P1 is equal to P10 into X1. Okay, this is same. Here after this proportionality, by removing the proportionality constant, P1 this P1 is equal to P10 x1. P1 is our partial pressure of component 1. Okay, so in our book it is for explanation for non-volatile solute. Here it is taken that Y1. Okay, if the composition of vapor pressure in equilibrium with the solution, it is assuming Y1 and Y2. It means in binary solution only one liquid is soluble, volatile. That time Y1, Y2 we are taking. If we are taking Y1 and Y2, so I can write here P1 is proportional to Y1. Okay, P1 is proportional to Y1. So again in the same way P2 is proportional to Y2, and we can calculate for non-volatile component when in binary solution one component is volatile and another component is non-volatile. That time also we can calculate the vapor pressure. So here Raoult's law. In the examination, student, 3 mark question is asked. 1 mark for the correct statement and 1.5 marks is the 1 mark for the derivation and 1 mark for the graph. In this way 3 mark question is there. If the question is asking only for 2 marks, that time we have to write only the statement as well as derivation up to here, and graph is, that time graph is not required, and question is having 3 marks, then we have to plot the graph also. Okay, so here Raoult's law completed. Now student, we will go towards here vapor pressure of just now what we studied here in Raoult. What is the relation between vapor pressure, Raoult's law, okay, Raoult's law as well as Henry's law, because in Henry's law also we had studied the solubility, and this solubility of gas in Henry's law, solubility of gas in liquid. Okay, ये पढ़ा हमने. Now and in Raoult's law here we are studying that vapor pressure. It means again it is the either it is solid or it is liquid. Both we are studying with the help of Raoult's law. Now student, so here what we are getting according to here again if I will write according to Henry's law. According to Henry's law, what we have here partial pressure is equal to kH into X. Right? This we studied. Now vapor pressure of volatile, then according to Raoult's law, what we got, P1 is equal to, if I will write proportionality removing, so P1 here, P1 is proportional to X1, P1, 0 here. Okay, now in our textbook, here in our textbook P1 is equal to not proportionality constant, because already we are taking here P1 is equal to P10 into X1. In this way we will write. Okay, X1, X2, this is the component. Okay, student, it is given in our textbook on page number 44 is the Raoult's law. Now we are coming towards the page number 46. Here the heading is given in our book Raoult's law as a special case of Henry's law. So what is the relation between these two? According to Raoult's law is Henry's law is this, according to Raoult's law is this. It means here kH is the only difference is what? Here we are calling kH is the Henry's constant, and this Henry's constant differ from P10. इन दोनों में difference है. This is for this constant. Here we are getting for Raoult's law, and here we are getting for Henry's law, and this one is the Henry's constant. It means when so does Raoult's law become in special case, kH in special case. Okay student, remember only in special case what will happen, kH becomes, it means kH is equal to P10. Okay, so in special case this relation we got. If one we know, then next one we can calculate. So here Raoult's law in special cases, the case this also we had studied. Now the last point is coming, student, here, and that last point is here vapor pressure of solution of solid in liquid. Vapor pressure of solution of solids in liquid. ओके, अभी हमने क्या पढ़ा था? बोथ आर लिक्विड. ओके, it is also very easy, student. It is just directly proportional. According to Raoult's law, if the directly and partial pressure of each volatile component is directly proportional to its mole fraction. Here, student, again one word is coming, vapor pressure of solution of solids. ये आया solid in liquid. It means here this is my component 1, this is my component 2. As already I have explained you in Raoult's law that in binary solution, if one solute is non-volatile, suppose here I can say this is solid, it is non-volatile and my solvent is volatile. So what will happen, student? Suppose here in one container, okay, here we are writing, now here pure solvent is there. Okay, this is our pure solvent in one container, right? Now, or I can say here it is A, container A, and here it is container B. Now in container A, what is there? Pure solvent. Okay. Now in container B, what is there? This is our B. So in container B, here it is 1 mole of solvent. What is there? 1 mole of solute is there, as well as 1 mole of solvent is there. So what will happen when I will start heating this? So at the outermost surface, what is present? Only here at the outermost surface, only pure solvent vapors are there. These molecules, whatever the pressure applied at the outermost surface, so this pressure is only because of solvent molecule. Understood? Now we will go here. What? So these particles, it means this is our only solvent particles or solvent molecule. Now coming to the here in second beaker we are having solution. यहाँ पर है solution. So here what is there? Some of the solute particle, outermost surface, बाहर की surface पे क्या होगा? Some of the solute particles, some of the solvent particle, both are present. It means surface area decreases. Here surface area more because completely solvent particles are here, and here surface area decreasing. So what in binary solution here? So it is non-volatile, that already I told you. So only solvent molecule this present in vapor phase. Vapor phase में यहाँ पर क्या होगा? Only. So here these molecules are only solvent molecules. क्योंकि मेरा solute तो क्या है? Suppose I am taking here NaCl या any glucose I am taking. Okay, if my solute is glucose, तो glucose evaporate नहीं होगा. It is solid. Glucose को मैंने dissolve किया है H2O में. This is my solvent. So at the outermost surface, what is present? Only solvent. तो यहाँ पर क्या होगा? Number of only. This is solvent molecule. Okay. जो भी vapor pressure applied होगा at the outermost surface, this vapor pressure because of the solvent molecule. Raoult's law ऐसे ही applicable होगा. तो क्या मैं लिखूंगी यहाँ पर? सो अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हाट विल हैपन हियर, अकॉर्डिंग टू राउल्स लॉ व्हाट वी कैन से हियर अगेन सेम. So it is already given the same statement in our book here. So in general condition for any solute, partial pressure, vapor phase of each volatile component, यही मैं बोलूंगी क्योंकि मेरा volatile component is solvent. So partial pressure of each volatile component here, if I will write here, so this partial pressure of each volatile component is proportional to मोल फ्रैक्शन. अब अगर ये दोनों प्रोपोर्शनल है तो इसका जो ग्राफ होगा वो ग्राफ कैसे होगा? दिस वी नो वेरी वेल, ऑलवेज इट इज अ स्ट्रेट लाइन ग्राफ. ओके, सो देन व्हाट आई कैन राइट हियर, P इज, ये मैं P1 ले रही हूँ क्योंकि सॉल्वेंट के लिए मैं यहाँ पर सॉल्वेंट के लिए लिख रही हूँ P1. सो P1 अगर मेरा कंपोनेंट 1 है इंटू P1 0, ये P1 0 हमारा क्या हुआ? इट इज प्रोपोर्शनलिटी कांस्टेंट आल्सो और आई कैन से इट इज द वेपर प्रेशर आल्सो. ओके, एंड ये वेपोराइज कंपोनेंट का है. सो इफ आई विल प्लॉट द ग्राफ बिटवीन दिस P एंड X, सो दिस ग्राफ अगेन हियर इट इज द मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सॉल्वेंट 1 लिखूंगी मैं इसको और ऐसे ही यहाँ पे लिख दूंगी. इस साइड पे मेरा हो जाएगा वेपर प्रेशर. सो इन केस ऑफ बाइनरी सॉल्यूशन, solvent 1 and solute is non-volatile in our textbook. Second last line, student, it is very important because with the help of that line only we can explain the whole phenomenon. So here it is completed. So this proportionality constant P10 is our, in this case, this proportionality constant P10, it is our vapor pressure of pure solvent. आपको पता चला क्योंकि मेरा solution है, glucose is dissolved in water, glucose is non-volatile, water is volatile, glucose is 1 and this is my solvent. Okay, and why the straight line graph? Because as already we know, when two things are directly proportional, one is increases, other one is decreases. One is if x is increases, then this value decreases. Student, here MCQ type of question is possible. In MCQ question, how the question is formed? In case of binary solution, when vapor pressure of solid in liquid type of solution, what is the, if P1 is increases, then what is the effect of X or what is the effect of mole fraction? So increases, decreases, no. Then according to this relation, I have to answer. Okay. So here it is completed. Raoult's law, Henry's law, as well as what is the relation, this also we had discussed. Okay. So here my lesson for today's lesson it is over. So student, in your notebook you have to prepare 2 questions. One question, if the question is having 3 marks, Raoult's law, and second question, what is the effect of vapor pressure of solution for non-volatile or solid in liquid, and with this 1 mark for this and 1 mark for this graph and relation. Okay, so in this way Raoult's law also completed.